Hey, Eat It Nation, got a treat for you tonight. It'll be a redneck special. Going to be chili dogs. We're going to do it with a new twist. We're going to put it on a pizza crust, stick it in the oven, and see what that's like. I'm going to show you what it's going to take. We got about a pound of ground beef. We got some, these are mild Italian sausages. You can use whatever you want. We got some pepperoni, an onion, bell pepper, some chili powder, home canned tomatoes. You can substitute tomato juice, whatever you can find at the store. Some kidney beans, because right now you can't find chili beans. And then some other assorted seasonings, onion powder, pepper, a little bit of steak seasoning, and some ground chipotle for a little bit of heat. We're going to get this stuff going. I'm going to grill these off, and oh, forgot the garlic. Got the garlic hiding. Okay, we'll be back once we get this rocking. Okay, we're back. I chopped up the onions, and I only used a quarter of that onion. I probably only used probably not even a quarter of the bell pepper. That's all going to depend on what size pan of chili you're going to make. I do it in a pan, and it's really kind of dry, but we're going to put a couple cloves of garlic in here, and cut up this pepperoni. We're going to throw that in there. Then we're going to brown this stuff up, and we're going to get to going. Put the sausages on. We'll season up the... Don't worry if this isn't enough garlic, because you can always add some more granulated or powdered garlic after you get to cooking. And we're going to slice up the pepperoni. Is in there. I'm going to turn the heat on to about a medium heat. And we're going to start seasoning this up. Put a little bit of pepper. Once again, you can do this any way you want. A little bit of steak seasoning, because after all, what's ground beef? It's ground steak. I'm going to put some of that in there. I know we've got onion. We're going to put some onion powder, a little bit of ground chipotle, give it a little bit of heat. Of course, chili wouldn't be complete without chili powder. We're going to put some chili powder in here. Alright, when this gets browned, we'll be back, and I'll show you what we're doing next. As you can see, it's starting to brown. I'm going to keep breaking up this meat. And as it goes, you may have to drop your heat back a little bit once it starts. Just want to give you a little bit of an update. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, Eat It Nation, here we go. We got this burgers browned. I've drained it. The greases, I got a lot of the grease off of it. So we're going to go with our, these are home canned tomatoes. Like I said, you can use whatever tomatoes you want. That's what I've got. Grew these myself, canned them myself. We got some kidney beans, because like I told you before, I like to use chili beans, but right now, this is what we got. This is what we're going to deal with. We're going to stir this up. Slide it back on the heat. I'm going to go out and get the grill going. We're going to cook those sausages up. And when we get ready, I'll be back to show you where we're at. Alright, we're at the grill right now, and I got this set up at a classic offset. So I've only got coals from here over. Over here is our cool zone. And we're going to stick these babies on here and start getting them grilled up. We want to kind of keep them away from the heat for a while. We want this sausage to get done. I'm not really a big believer in boiling your sausage before you put it on the grill, because I think you're boiling the flavor out of it. It can be done just like this, just as easy and just as good, and get all the way done and not be burned. We'll keep it away from the heat for a while, and then at the end we'll reverse sear it. which means we'll put it over onto the hot side and put a little bit of charcoal flavoring onto it. So that's where we're at right now. Alright, sausages are cooking out there on the grill. They're almost done. We're going to do some seasoning up on this chili. This is running at a really low temperature. I'm on 2. I'm going to put some onion powder, some more chili powder, kind of everything that we started with. We're going to add some more. We just want to get some flavor into this. Now, the only thing that we're going to do different on this that we didn't do before, we're going to add a little bit of beef base. And if you don't have beef base, I'll tell you, you can probably just use a bouillon cube. Stick a bouillon cube in there, and it's going to make a world of difference in this. So I'm about to go out and get the sausages off. They're almost done. We're just kind of getting the final char under that reverse sear I told you about on them. And we'll be back here in just a little bit. Alright, I just brought the sausages in. Let's see where they're at. Mid 190s. No, that's a 200. That's a 200. These are definitely done, and I didn't boil them. And I'm going to tell you what, they're going to have more flavor than if you set and boiled these things in beer, water, or whatever you want to boil them in. These are going to be better. We're going to cover these with foil, and we're ready to use them. We'll be back. We got to put this pizza together and get it in the oven. And the chili is still simmering, so we'll see you in a few. Okay, Eat It Nation, we're getting really close on this. I seasoned the chili a little bit more. I used everything that we used in the beginning, and we're just going to take this lid off now and put it over here in the sink. And that's something else. There's a lot of dishwashing goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. As you're cooking, wash your dishes, because at the end you're going to end up with a big pile if you don't. But we're going to let this simmer down, thicken up. Once it thickens up a little bit, we'll be back and we'll show you how to put this pizza together before we put it in the oven. Alright, Eat It Nation, I'm coming up my third sausage here. The oven is just preheated to 425. The chili is just about boiled down to about the right thickness. And we're going to put this together. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever bought these pizza crusts like this. I saw these and I bought them, and I had a hard time figuring out what I was going to do with them. But you can see they're already pretty much baked, and it's pretty much cooked. So we're going to take a chili that's already cooked, sausage that's already cooked, and put cheese on top of this. We're going to put it in the oven until the cheese melts, and we're going to see what that tastes like. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, here we are. I used some olive oil, and I oiled up the pan. We're going to take some of this chili concoction we got here, and I'm using a slotted spoon. This is going to be really good. You want to spread your chili around. And give yourself an edge out there. Alright. Now we're going to put these sausages on here. And these are the ones we grilled earlier. It took probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. And I did not boil these first. I think you're just boiling the flavor out of them, like I said earlier. This is our dog and our chili dog pizza right here. This is it. Okay. That seems like enough right there. Now we're going to put a little bit of cheese on here. Now keep in mind, all this stuff is already cooked, already hot. All we're going to do when we put this in the oven, and our pizza crust is already cooked too. Which, I got to tell you, I tried to figure out what I was going to do with these pizza crusts after I bought them. The only thing I think was, hey, let's put something on there that's already cooked. So, this is where we're at. This is a cheddar Mexican blend. And yeah, that means it's something I threw together with stuff I had in the fridge. So, this is what it looks like going in. I'll show you what it looks like coming out here in just a few. Alright, here we go. Just pulled this thing out of the oven. We are going to cut it up and see what it looks like. Chili dog pizza. Alright. Let's see what's going to happen. Now this was only in the oven for maybe 5 minutes, and then I flipped it over to a low broil to melt the cheese, because remember, everything we put on this, including the crust, was already cooked. So all we were really doing when we put that in there was melting the cheese, and the cheese is definitely melted, and this is going to be so good. Alright, here we go. I cut up some green onion. I threw it on top of the pizza, and we're going to put just a little bit of sour cream on here. Just in a couple different spots. This is going to be so good. Alright. We're going to come back in a minute with just a bite. Alright, tell you a little bit more about the cook. We had to season the chili just a little bit more, but I used everything that you saw me use. You kind of do it to taste. The sausages I did not boil, and man, don't boil your sausages in beer. You don't have to. If you can offset cook, then you can make a good sausage without doing that. I mean, everything else was pretty well straightforward, and you really gotta try this, because man, this stuff is good. Eat it!